run that back, kid. Yeah, yeah. Welcome, gentlemen. You are now entering a space for the middlemen, where we get to center in, giving foresight to this world that we living in. Help you realize the greatness you've been imprisoned in. Come and listen in on how we grow as men. When a brother's on his last, we give air for a second wind. When a brother's feeling lost, we show the path within. And all the brothers still at war, we bring Apaches in. 3 well-trained generals at your disposal. CB straightforward from his brass knuckles. Dice cannon introspective, simplify the puzzle. And Bishop Harriet Tubman, the way his vision tunnels. Now that y'all in good hands, let's take a stand. Operate at full capacity and take the land. Become the source so our women don't need helping hands. Reclaim position of our purpose of being a man. Oh nah, run that back, kid. Oh nah, run that back, kid.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode of Run That Back podcast. Today,
hey, nice. Special. You got an echo. Somebody echo.
I don't know. I'm echoing too. I hit the echo too.
Oh, here we go.
Is it me?
I think it might be you.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna mute to see if it's me. I'm gonna see. Hold on.
Yeah, it couldn't have been me because mine was muted. So.
All right, now I don't hear anything. Yeah, technical difficulties love this podcast.
So I think
Do you hear it now?
Do you hear it now?
Yeah, we good. Go ahead. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that.
I don't hear it though. I don't hear it now.
We good. No, we good.
Okay.
We good.
All right. Okay, we have something special for y'all today. So we're gonna exercise your mental, your physical, your spiritual. These questions, from the gentlemen to the ladies. Tiki, aka the Oracle, will be hosting this tonight. She's gonna lead us down the line of the questions or answering the questions that we have, and then we're gonna shoot back and forth. And we want everybody to join in, throw some questions into the comments. If it's greater than what we already have, that can add to the show and make it a spectacular show that we all can learn from. Let's get to it.
Just in case you didn't know, my name is Bishop. Peace.
Boy, C dot to the B dot. I guess we forgot the
intro.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
BX Punisher.
And I am Tiki the Oracle.
Yes. All right. So, do you guys want to wait? Let's see. We'll wait a couple minutes here until we get some more folks piled in here. Shout out to everybody watching, man. Who we got? Let's see. We got India Whitfield. Shout out to you, Rebecca. Shout out to you. Adjust your crown. No, you adjust your crown. Shout out to you. Let's see. G.A. Shari. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. Shout out to you. And shout out to Anthony 13903. And Shay. Shay's in here too. I don't know you, Shay, but welcome.
Jay's been in here before.
Okay, got you. All right. Well, I guess this live is brought to you by, in a way. And we'll let Tiki describe what we got going on here. Here we go.
So I wanted to make this different and not just offer answers to the fellas' questions, but also resources for women that realize that they need to heal. So this book has been very instrumental for me. I've got it recently. So anybody that's interested in doing the shadow work, that's interested in healing, I highly recommend this journal.
Yes. And the link will be in the description. So all you got to do is just copy it, paste it, and go to the site and get that book.
Yes.
Sir, who else we got? We got Titan Speakerman. What up? Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming in.
And then we got Madavi. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry.
Madavi.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to you. All right. Let's get it cracking.
On and cracking.
All right. I'm ready. Here we go.
Welcome to Tiki's Take.
All right, boys. Who wants to kick it off?
All right, I'm gonna ask a question.
Do you
Yes, sir.
It's gonna
think,
be a
brother?
hard hitting question. Why do y'all always take our food? When we
Man, bro, that is a good question. No,
Why
that's a
y'all always
solid
take our food? Y'all got perfectly good food in front of y'all, and y'all have to be taking our food.
So can we pre-reference this with saying that this is my take on these things? So
Yes.
everybody may not
Yes.
agree.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you have a different answer, feel free to drop it in the chat.
Yes.
But that may be our way of showing you affection. So
Yeah.
don't take it as a bad thing. It could be a love language. It could be a way of showing you affection.
Yeah.
Me personally, you don't ever have to worry about that because I don't even eat behind my children, so I'm definitely not taking food off
I
nobody's
understand
plate.
that. I
But
don't either.
it could be
Yeah.
just a love language or affection.
Mm, I can
All
see
right.
that.
Let's get into some.
All right. I'm next.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. Let me top down, baby. Hold on.
And Chris is ready.
Listen,
Yeah, I got
Right.
questions, man. I got questions. Let's see. Okay. I have a list that I wrote down. Like since we came up with this concept, I've been stacking questions. All right, so I got a question for you. Why expect emotional vulnerability from a man, but sometimes lose respect for him when when we show it?
Mm, mm, very good.
So for me, I wouldn't do that because I respect a man that could be emotional, that can be vulnerable. That's something that I need. That's one of the things that I prefer in a man. But if it's a woman that gets disrespectful or looks down on a man that does that, that may be somebody that is showing some type of trauma response.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I feel like some women that are very cold hearted or that act cold hearted have some healing to do. And it
Yeah.
doesn't even have to do with you. It's just something within herself. And sometimes, like especially with, I learned a lot of things about being the firstborn female in a family, right? So for me, being the firstborn, um, on both sides, like I'm the first daughter, the first granddaughter, the first niece, everything. I had a lot of responsibility put on me, right? So my dad was one that always told me you can't cry. You know, I was never allowed to show emotion. So you grow up in that. So, you know, when it may be something that she wants to express herself and she can't because some of us are not taught that. So it's just like when people are upset with you because you're doing something that they want to do, but they don't know how to do it.
Mm.
Mhm.
So it could be that.
Yeah. Now I have this question because I see a lot of podcasts with women where the men are asking these questions and they're talking about these things and they talk about how they want a man that is like I guess emotionally available, emotionally stable. But then it's like when we show the emotion, all of a sudden now we're like sassy or you know a punk or excuse my language, ladies, you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we're looked at now. It's like if we're hardcore, we're hard to the bone, that's a problem. But then as soon as we kind of break down and let the wall down, now we looked at kind of funny. And it's like I never understood that. Like why I want that, but then when you get it, you know what I mean? It's an issue. It's a problem, I guess. You know what I
Right.
mean?
But you also have to ask, and you also have to realize that when somebody tells you that they need something from you or they want something from you, you have to ask people what that looks like. Because a lot of
Mm,
times we give people what we need or what we want them to give us.
mm,
When do we ever take the time to ask that question? Like, what is it that you need from me? So it may look different to you and it than it does to her. So we got to be
Yeah.
specific when we're asking. Like when they say be specific when you go to God in prayer.
I don't know that's right.
You have to be
Shoot.
specific when you go to your partner with
Yeah.
requests.
Okay.
We have to have these conversations.
Yeah. All right. I like that answer. Dice, what you got?
Okay. Um, the question that I have is, what what do you think makes the love, I guess, confusing when two people have a kid, whether they're married or they're in a relationship together? Because it seems like the love somewhat gets lost with one side or both, and they get confused. What do you think? What do you think is the reason for that?
As a woman, I think that we get so caught up in raising the children and doing best for the child that we lose ourselves. And sometimes we not just forget our partners, but we prioritize the child. So, for men and women, it looks different, um, and not all the time, because I have a lot of male friends that were full time, hands on parents that did more than I see a lot of females do.
Mm.
So, and I think it's a different emotional connection with us as women because we have carried these children for 9 months. So we prioritize them. Like I see a lot of questions asked, like, who you gonna feed first, your child or your man?
Mm.
If we're going strictly biblical and what God loves, it should be your man first. But there's so
Mhm.
many females that will get upset if you give them that answer because they feel like the child should be first. Me, if my man is the breadwinner, or even if he's not, if he's the head and he's out there working and he's doing all that, he's providing, I'm feeding him first. And
Mm.
that's just
Yeah.
what it is. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't agree with that, but that's my take. So I think it's just we have to make time for each other when children start entering a relationship. We can't forget how we got there in the first place, or we can't forget about each other. And I think date nights and things like that are so important. People get in these relationships, and once they get in the relationships and they're in there,
Hmm.
they feel like they don't have to do the work anymore.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
You always
Yeah.
have to do the work.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I see your comments coming in. I'll try to post them as we go, but I want Tiki to be able to focus on saying what she needs to say without seeing a whole bunch of stuff pop up. But I got you though. I got you.
I think what India wrote is pretty good. I'll read it. I don't think it's confusing. The men don't fully understand the extent of fatherhood. They don't mentally explore what that looks like full term and what levels of commitment that takes. I think that is excellent answer to that question for the man side.
Yeah.
I think speaking as a stepfather, when you come into a relationship where the woman already has a kid or two or whatever, because that's the age that we're living in now. Um, it's just more conscious of the man to just be like, hey, like, oh, I understand that you got kids or whatever, try to make time. Or if you're already in the relationship, always try to make time for whatever the family needs. And okay, we need some time away to do what we need to do, and um, still keep it fresh, or still keep it, going to where we could still lust for each other, and um have that intimate time, but also miss each other in the same sense too.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, okay, I've been, it's been a long week, I miss you so much, let's go do something or whatever. um yes, there can be time included for the kid, of course, the son or the daughter. Definitely want to include them also, but it's definitely necessary for time for each other too, so that way keep it good.
It's all about balance and understanding. You know?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. And then we also have to remember to take time out for ourselves, because that's how we get so overwhelmed and overworked and stressed out.
Oh, that is a fact.
And I feel like I feel like your partner having their own time with their people, you having your girl time with your girls, that's very important also.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, Chris, what you got?
Excellent.
All right. So let me try to word this correctly. Well, y'all already know how I am. So
You know what that
Come
means.
come out with that blunt ass question that you about to ask.
Yeah,
Right.
even
we talked
though,
about this earlier. I said, bro, you gotta word it correctly. Watch the wording. Go ahead.
well, you already know me, man. So you can't trust me. But even though
You can trust him.
women who are in the wrong, why do they feel like they have to take no accountability for anything?
Because the truth hurts. Bottom line, I'm an accountability person. If I'm wrong, I'm going to tell you that I'm wrong. And people in my circle, I also hold them accountable. But I think what it basically boils down to is that the truth hurts, and nobody wants to look at themselves in the mirror and say that, dang, you were wrong. Or it could be pride and ego in the way also that won't allow them to admit that they're wrong in certain situations.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, as a man, like I've had to learn to accept and say, "Yo, I was wrong." You know what I mean? I think your manhood is complete when you get to the stage where you can say, "You know what? I was wrong. How can we fix it? I apologize. Let's talk about it." You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. But once you reach that level, I feel like that's when your manhood badge is unlocked. You know what I mean?
But I also think too that when you do it so much, you get tired of it. And it's like when, and that's where communication needs to come in a little bit more too. Cause I've been in that situation too, where I was always the one apologizing. I'm like, yo, somebody else has got to take accountability
Yeah.
here. It's
I
like,
like
I can't keep on coming to the collective and trying to mend everything out
that's
while,
true too.
That's true.
Yeah. But then that's why there's always, it's important to
Mm.
like set a day aside where you and your partner can, without any interference with any outside noise, just have a conversation. Like, have a list of things that I did this week that may have bothered you. What do
Mhm.
you need more of from me? What do you need less of from me? How can I make this? But like situations like that, like we got to be able to communicate. And I think we're so caught up in everyday life with our children, with extracurricular activities, with work, like the communication part is gone.
Mhm.
So now when we're
I
on our
think
jobs or we're somewhere else, we're having conversations with our friends that we should be having with our spouses.
Mm. That's a fact.
I mean, it also goes back to what I said a while ago. Win through actions, not argument. And what I mean by that is, if a woman is in the wrong, right, you have to let them do what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Let them make that bad decision, and then eventually, after so many bad decisions and conversations, they're going to come back to you and say, "Okay, I was wrong." It happens.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you saying, but yo,
No, I'm
bad.
saying like after
Yeah,
so many bad decisions, like
yeah,
it's inevitable. They're going to
yeah,
come back and tell you that you were right.
yeah.
It's going to happen.
Sometimes
I
some
don't know, bro.
egos,
Some,
some people's egos will not
yeah,
allow them
yeah,
to do that. But
yeah.
yeah.
just some advice. Um, if you know that you're dealing with somebody that is not going to hold themselves accountable, as the head, it is sometimes expect that you sit her down, and it don't have to be like an argument. Like, baby, this is what happened earlier. you know I don't know what you got out of it, but this is what I was trying to communicate. What did you get out of what I asked you, or whatever? And I think it's important to make sure when we're having these conversations that it doesn't sound like blame. I think the
Yes,
minute that anything sounds like
yes,
blame, people are gonna immediately shut down.
Mhm.
yes.
And they're
Or
not
I
get
gonna
can't.
defensive.
No, I
no,
can't even lie to you, man. Like My style is this right here. I'm like this the whole time as you screwing up. You know what I'm saying? And then when you come to me and finally want to sit down and have a conversation with me, then I can talk to you or try to talk to you and let you know where you're screwing up at. You know what I mean? Because your ears might be open long enough for me to speak then.
Right, but can I give you some advice though, Chris?
What's up?
So, like the way you said you are when people are rolling up, even that particular body language could keep somebody from coming to you and opening up.
That's
Like we
true.
got to figure out a
That's
way
true.
to not make our
Yeah.
partners feel like they can't
Yeah.
come. It's like we have
It's
to
the
be in
automatic shutdown.
at all
Yes.
times.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's true, but at the same time, here's the thing. That's happened to me before. It
Yeah.
worked a couple of times
But
before.
Chris, you got to realize, like this right here, that's like
I mean, I'm not.
I don't give a
I'm
fuck.
not.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
Yeah.
not.
Like, see what you got to
No,
say.
I'm not
You know what I
literally
mean?
doing that.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. That's not what I'm literally doing. It's just a
Yeah. I
figure
think.
of speech. But you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
I keep quiet
Yeah,
until you decided to come conversate with me instead of just arguing with you constantly.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
but
gonna argue, bro.
it should
Yeah.
never be an argument. Like I said, we can have discussions. Like the arguing, we need to figure out a way to take that piece out of it. Like we
I
got to be
suppose.
able to just have discussions. Like if I don't feel comfortable coming to you as my man, I'm not coming to you. You know,
Mhm.
we got to figure that part out. And it's crazy because like I know you mean well, Chris, because like I told you the first um episode I said, oh, he's so mean. I had so many people that messaged me after and was like, yo, who hurt Chris? And then it
Yeah.
was just like all of a sudden, like it was just turned like you're total opposite. And I was just like, oh, he is like one of the most genuine, sweetest people I know. But you can come off as like the bit.
A
I had
dickhead.
a friend. No, like he
Call it
has
what it
this
is.
really. He can have this really hard exterior, so that makes it
Yeah.
hard for people to approach you. Like I had a friend. I had a
Yeah.
friend like he passed away. He was like six something, and if you did not know him, like Jamal was intimidating. Like he was a bodyguard, right? But deep down, he was a big teddy bear. Like he was the sweetest person. But you had to be able to work through that exterior.
Yeah.
Mm,
And he was like I've known him since middle school. He was like my best friend. But there were some times where we had some debates because he loved 6'5". She knows, and it's crazy because that's how I met her, because both of us dated him at different times. You know what I'm saying? He was the sweetest person, but if you didn't know him, Jamal was one of those people that seemed like you couldn't approach him.
Yeah. Oh, I get that a lot. Yeah. A whole
Me
lot.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. So all
But I
right.
appreciate that, Chris, because you have a lot of good information and a lot of good advice that people would want to come to you, and we need you to be approachable, sir.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can be approachable. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Trust me.
If you gotta say trust me, I feel like I can't trust you. I'm
In
messing with
certain
you.
situations, but yeah, trust me.
All right. Jonathan,
These
you up
niggas
next. What you got, Jonathan?
Oh Lord, it's back to me already.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I had it pulled up.
I got
Dang
a
it.
good one. Oh, I got a good one.
All right. I had it here. Now it's gone.
You want me to ask mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. I've been holding on to this one. I have a list. I'm sorry, y'all. Where's it at? Okay, here we go. Why expect men to lead while also resisting their decisions? Why do you want men to lead if, well, I'm not you, but women. Why do they
That's
want a man to come in and lead, but when a man makes decisions, they fight him?
that's
Or
a
they,
great
you know what I'm
question.
saying?
Because leadership looks different to
Yeah,
everybody. Like, what's your
yeah,
different when you say I'm a man that's leading? Like, what does that look like?
yeah,
Because like, is it just some men feel like they're leaders because they're providing financially? But
yeah.
there's different type of coverings that we need. Like, I don't need you to just cover me financially. I need you to cover me emotionally. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So there's different types of things, and a lot of men feel like because they're paying the bills, like that should be enough,
mm.
and it's not. Because I would rather you not focus on finances and just make sure I'm good
Yeah,
holistically.
yeah. Okay.
But
But I'm
also, I feel like
mhm.
that is again a trauma response, and a lot of things that we're seeing. Like I literally sit back and I watch a lot of women, especially the younger generation, because they scare me. But
Mhm.
a lot of the things that I see, I recognize as trauma responses. So when you see people doing things and like they're one way one day
Mm,
and they're different, it could be a trauma response. Sometimes we shut down. I know a lot of women that say they want a man and they want a man to lead and this, that, and the other, but then they have an issue with authority, not just
yeah,
from the man,
that's
but
that's
just
where I'm getting
any
at. Like,
type of
Or want to
authority.
yeah,
take the reins before anybody
yeah,
says anything.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So
Hmm.
let me just explain to y'all. Like, this is one of the things that I learned dealing with people in therapy or just talking to women that I see that have that type of exterior. A lot of times, those are SA victims, right? So they automatically have an issue with men, and it's not per se
No,
you.
we see.
It's because it's something that happened to them in their childhood, their adulthood, whenever. So that's their only way of having, they don't want to relinquish control because they didn't
Mm,
have control over what happened to them at that time. So they get to a point where it's just like, I'm never going to put myself in that situation again to have anybody, control me or
mm.
hold. You just never know. So you have to be able to recognize those things. But that is also why I always feel like people that have trauma need to heal before you date. And we got to
That's a
start asking
fact.
questions before
Yeah,
people just hopping into relationships
Mhm.
or
yeah.
situationships. Like, nobody's asking the questions. Like, I feel like if you get to know a person first and if you ask enough questions, you'll pick up on if they have triggers just by their responses, and
Hmm.
don't be so quick, like I said, to feel like you got to be in a relationship in the first
Yes.
2-3 months. Wait till
Yeah,
that 6 month mark when their representative is no longer showing up, and then you start
yeah.
seeing them build them.
Yep.
Start paying attention to um, how they respond or how they interact with you on their bad days, not just their good days. That will
Yep.
tell you everything about a person. But
Yeah.
me, I'm a person that I sit back and I observe a lot of things. I have a lot of people that be like, "Oh, well, you're not ready to be in a relationship." I'm ready. No, I don't know you. Like, do you really
Exactly.
ever know everything about your partner? You don't. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You may still be finding things out
10
down the line.
years from now,
You know what it is?
whatever.
Mm,
Yeah.
Because we don't ask the correct questions. My father-in-law taught me that. He said the thing where most women mess up is, he said, when you meet people, you don't ask the right questions. We're not asking, are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? We don't ask those questions. We just, oh, we like you. We want to get to know you.
mm-hmm.
Blinded by everything else. We're forgetting to ask those questions. We're ignoring the red flags, and then we're mad later on down the road. But it's our fault because
Mm-hmm.
we didn't take the initiative to get to learn the person that we're trying to be in a relationship with.
Mhm.
That's a fact. Like for me, it's a 6 to 8 month process. Like, cause I'm the type of dude, yo. When I see something I ain't like, hey, it was nice
Mhm.
knowing you. You feel me? Like, thank you for your time, and I move on.
Yep.
Me,
Yeah.
I'm a person that I am not afraid to walk away from a situation. I'm not. And we always try and stay in it or try and make it work. But if you know from if all the signs in the beginning show to this is not going to work,
Yeah,
we're not even doing that.
that's true.
I think honestly, it's I think it starts from like people not being honest, like or
That's a fact.
transparent, should I say, right? So like I feel like when you're in the midst of a room and everybody's having a conversation about this type of stuff, and we're asked, hey, listen, did you ask your partner these particular questions? I don't believe people are honest for the most part, or transparent. Like I think they just take it for what they take it for in that moment, and then they're not transparent. Me, most of this stuff I had to figure out in the relationship. I didn't know beforehand. A lot of this stuff it didn't even come to my head. I didn't know about some of these questions, how important they were. I didn't really know. I went based off my spirit and based off what felt good until I started to run into being a parent, being a husband. Then this is when all of the stuff started piling up, and it's like, whoa, what's going on here? Then digging more into self and trying to figure out. Then looking for people to explain that type of situation to me, like this is what you're doing wrong.
I mean,
I think you can't get
realistically,
there without that part, being transparent,
Yeah.
yourself first.
I mean, realistically, I mean, you look at it anywhere from between 3 to 6 months is when you'll start seeing the true person show, because we all want to be nice for that person, or do certain things for that person and make sure that and then they think that it's something that goes on all the time, and then it's like, oh, but this is not how you were 6 months ago or whatever.
Nah, no, they were always like that. You just didn't know that until those 3 months were up. You know what I'm saying?
But it could be
Because
split.
when people say you bought the such and such out of me, no, you were always like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, Christian, hey, that's a fact. How you another person can't bring something out of you that was already there?
Exactly.
Hold
You know
It
what
was
I
there.
mean?
Hold
It was
on.
just it was suppressed.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a little bit of pushback on that.
yeah.
The reason why, again, I been through a situation like that before where I'm reacting without knowing why I'm reacting that way until a conversation is had. Yo, dude, you keep doing this. What are you talking about? I'm not doing this. I just feel this way. Yeah, but brother, you are reacting off of anger. You're not thinking it through thoroughly. Like, how about having a conversation of asking yourself, why is this making you respond this way? Without me thinking that I think I'm right in the moment. You know what I mean? And until
Yeah.
I'm introduced towards that situation, this is what I'm saying. Not for all people. For some people, they know what they're doing. I agree. But for some people, they're still on reaction. They're not acting. They're not thinking it through thoroughly before actually making an action. They don't know what's kind of going on. So, for those are some people who are willing to understand. They just don't understand yet. I think there's a place for that. Not all, but there's a
Okay.
place for that.
And that's
I
when
think
communication comes in.
yeah, and then a lot of that
Communicate.
also comes with age as well. We weren't like this in our 20s. We were kind of like this in our 30s. And for those who are 40 and over, now it's like we're the total opposite. Because we've learned. You feel what I'm saying? Like we've had this experience of life to know how to move now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's exactly right. A lot of people don't have enough life experience, and then you develop emotional maturity like later on. There's a lot of things that I figured out after my divorce. I was married for 17 years, and like I wasn't the one that was just like, oh, okay, well, this is his fault. I literally looked myself in the mirror and was like, what could I have done differently? And I took the time to heal. Like I did not jump into a relationship for like 7 years. Like I literally had to get to know me and figure out me
That's important.
and
That's
take
important.
notes and figure out, okay, going into this next relationship, this is what I've learned from this. I don't want to deal with this. I'm not going to deal with that. I need to not do this. I need to not do that. But I also took the time to heal.
I
And
think
it
we
was on my
also,
next.
I think we also choose to I mean, and definitely in this age, we choose to ignore the red flags.
That's a big.
And I spoke this before.
Yes.
We choose to, oh, they just did that maybe because they felt some way, or oh, they did this because of that or whatever.
Yeah.
We make excuses for them, and then it's like, oh, and then
Mm,
it comes to like this snowball effect of like, all right, okay,
yes.
what the hell is that? Why is this happening? Like it's this is the time in Asia we're making excuses for a lot of people. It really needs to stop.
It's all about the looks too.
Hmm.
Guys in particular will ignore red flags because of the way the woman looks. You know what I'm saying? She got a big booty, but she has a bad attitude. He's going to tolerate that because of the way she looks. Not all of us, some of us.
Once
Hmm.
again, I think that definitely comes with age. I feel like those 20 somethings, those 30 somethings, they still in that mindset of their attitude doesn't matter if they trying to, you know, knock it down. But once you kind of hit the 40s, you're like, nah, I need a peace of mind. You feel me? I need some peace. So I'm not going, I don't care
Facts.
how good you look.
Yeah, I don't
Your
care what
attitude
you.
is shit. Yeah, nah, I can't be bothered with you. Like I said, a lot of this stuff, man, comes with age, man, and time. You feel
Like
me?
I said, like I always say,
Yeah.
man, you could be the baddest woman on earth. Somewhere on this planet, somebody's sick of your shit. You know what I mean?
It could. Yeah.
That's true.
Jonathan, you got that
Okay.
question together, man?
Uh so I pulled this one up because I couldn't think of anything, but I do want to know the answer to this. Do women secretly wish men would initiate romance, or do they prefer to take the lead just as often?
That is a
Probably,
great question, Brody.
probably
It really is.
both. But I think for us, um, and I don't even think it's a secret. We want y'all to take the initiative
Hmm.
because and I know I've talked to a lot of guys that feel the same way. It's like, I want you to take the initiative sometime, but show me that you want me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Show me that this is what you desire. So yeah,
Hmm.
But
definitely
sometimes,
take the initiative.
it's like it's been times we take the initiative and we might get shut down. You know what I'm saying? And like the constant shutdowns, then it just becomes like,
Or the woman just doesn't do it at
yeah.
all,
Now I'm not
and
gonna
it's
lie.
like,
Like, let me know. You want, you know what I'm saying? You want a nigga. Like, look, come and rub on me. You know what I'm saying? Kiss me on my little, you feel me? Like being initiated upon, definitely for me as a man is something I like as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
hmm
But some women may not know how to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
There's like I have
Yeah.
had conversations with a lot of younger people, and I have a lot. I have some male clients that will say, "How come this, and that?" They weren't taught these things.
Mm,
You have to think about, especially this new age woman. Okay, I was raised by my grandma, so there was a lot of old school teachings that I got. Right now, kids are becoming parents at 10, 12, 14.
That's
yeah.
They don't
ridiculous.
even know themselves. They had to skip the whole from 10 to an adult. And there's a
that's
lot of
facts.
things that they needed to learn or things that they didn't get. So they're missing a lot. And unless you get with somebody that's gonna teach you, like we literally need to have like a women mentoring women sometimes with some people like my circle. Like I love my circle. Like we talk about everything. Like we hold each other accountable. When they wrong, we gonna tell each other we're wrong. Now we might not do that in public, but behind closed doors, we can be like, now you know you was wrong about that. But yeah, it's you just gotta have the right people in your life in order to make that happen.
Yeah.
And it's missing because we're missing the elders that used to be in the household, the ones that hold the knowledge and the ones that are going to tell you what they did to keep granddaddy happy and to stay married for the last 50 years. But that's not, we're not seeing that anymore because we're getting all these subliminal messages from whole
Mm-hmm.
culture and from
Mm,
the music and people
mm-hmm.
telling us women that you need to be independent, or all this stuff that Beyonce out there saying you don't need a man, but she got a man at home that's going to
Yeah.
be paying her bill.
I love it.
Like we got to pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts.
Definitely.
You remember how like back in the day you see your grandma and your granddad, they're dancing and he
Mhm.
oh boy, look at her. You know what I mean? He complimenting
Yep.
her. You know what I'm saying? He making this
Yeah,
little
man. Yeah.
like sexually undertoned like
That good love,
comments.
bro.
Like you don't know what he's saying because you a kid, but your grandma know what he's saying. We don't have that no more. You know what I'm
Right.
Nope.
saying? We don't have it no more.
I
Like
mean, if you talking to somebody long enough, then
yeah.
surely you're gonna have, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be strong enough or you're gonna be bold enough to tell them how you feel at that point. If you're talking to somebody for like 6 months or whatever,
Some
come on now.
people some people don't know how to do that. Let me tell you something. There's some people that have so much trauma, they're afraid of losing the person if I speak my truth and if I
Ooh,
how I
yeah.
really feel. So we're going to suppress those things because we don't want to say anything to step on your toes that may make you leave. So now I'm going to swallow all of this and I'm going to keep taking this emotional abuse or whatever from you because I'm afraid to lose you. So again,
Mm,
that goes back to trauma. That could go back to a little girl whose dad wasn't present in her life. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So now they have abandonment issues. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna put up with anything because we're afraid of being abandoned again. So not everybody will feel comfortable. Some
Yeah.
people just never are comfortable being alone. Like I'm okay with being by myself.
Yeah,
You
you
know what I'm saying?
supposed to be.
But
Yeah.
some people are not, and they will
Yeah.
put up with anything. It's just like they said, they'll take a piece of man just to have
hmm
him. It's never been that serious for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sure,
I've
man.
I have a question for the entire panel, right? Because I
yes.
feel like this is vital, right? And it's something that's not really talked about so much, right? Okay, so how many of us on the panel has grown up seeing intimacy? I haven't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, if you
Okay.
consider what I used to watch on the internet as intimacy, then sure.
No, 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 no.
But
I'm
not
Yo,
speaking.
not
I'm
not
speaking
not. I mean, that was a joke.
specifically
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
family. Like you see an aunt and an uncle showing intimacy, showing love, or a mother and a father
yeah.
showing. The reason why I
Hmm.
asked that is because I didn't grow up seeing that, and then there's a lot of people who I was around, and then the more I asked, the more I kept running into. It was a very small amount of people who've actually seen intimacy growing up, seeing their mother, their father show genuine love. It's not sexual, but it's genuine love and
Well,
care
yeah,
for each other,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
And I think that right there is one of the keys into why a lot of us are kind of messed up. Now, a lot of us are still trying to grow, but I do think that affects us heavily because we don't know what that looks like, right? So for me, I kind of went into a lot of my relationships with a overbearing amount of intimacy that I wanted, but I didn't know. I was going through it in a lust factor rather than a love factor. But I couldn't understand what it was that I was going at, what I was chasing, and the whole time it was intimacy. Just somebody to talk to me, someone that actually just heard me out. You know what I'm saying? Rub my head every once in a blue moon. You know what I'm saying? Pat me on the back, even
I
though
think
it
I know what you're
seems,
saying. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because
Go ahead.
you, you know what I'm saying? Like you could grow up and never like us. We never seen that.
Never.
Never. You know what I mean? But if you pick that right
Nope.
woman to show you what that's about, then you know what I'm saying. You can learn really quickly how to be romantic. You know what I'm saying? Intimacy and all of that.
Mm.
So
Yeah, but I think with that situation, it's either it's a 50-50 chance that you're not gonna know how to handle that,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be some issues, or you're gonna fall super deep into it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, that's just
or
how I feel.
I
I
mean,
mean,
or you could also be like, you know, somebody might not trust it because they never seen it at home,
Hmm.
but at some point they might soften up a little bit and let her in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Good point. Good point. Good point.
as a person that's seen love in the household and stuff, it's sort of a double-edged sword because like you see the love or whatever, but then they love you so much that they want to protect you from things, and it kind of hurts your outlook of how real life is too.
Mm.
Because I was protected a lot, and when real life things happened, I was like, what the hell? Like, I've never witnessed this. I've never, thought that this could happen or whatever and stuff like that. And it was just because I was never taught about it. It's always, look, coddle and coddle and coddle and like make sure they're okay and whatever and stuff like that. And I mean, I even kind of did that to my daughter too, which I mean, because we don't want nobody to be hurt or nobody to be where they're vulnerable or not being looked at or like I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's just one of those
No,
things where it's just
I
like
know
you,
what you
you
mean.
just trying to protect as much as possible so that way they don't have to witness it or go through it and stuff like that. And I witnessed that a lot, so it's kind of a double-edged sword because it's like kind of good but then also kind of bad because you don't get to see the whole picture. You just get to see sort of like what social media is right now, where you see all the nice and whatever and stuff because that's what you post up, but behind the scenes it could be a tragedy.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
yep.
you're right. A lot of parents are being security blankets for their children. Like they never let them fall, and if you don't let them fall, they're never going to learn how to get back up.
That's
You know
facts.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So and I think we have a huge problem with this coddle culture, especially with, I see it mostly with our boy moms. With our girls, we're making them become more
Yes.
responsible at a young age. You got to learn how to cook. You got to learn how to clean. You got to do this. And like me, I had a whole bunch of brothers and sisters that I had to take care of. When I was 4 years old, I was cooking and cleaning.
Mm.
But then we have these boys that we're coddling a lot of
Yes.
times, right? So and most times you see that in a home where the father has left, right? So
Mhm.
now you see some of these women that telling these little boys, oh, okay, so now you're the man in the house. Now that he's gone, like that's not okay. That
Mm.
should never be a thing. You should never make them have to grow up. And then you mad because they out there in the streets trying to make money fast and sell dope because they feel like they got to take care of you because this is what you have instilled in them, right? So I feel like a lot of times what I feel like, um some of these mothers like are treating their sons like they're men, like they're in competition with the girlfriends. And I feel like what's happening is you have these women that are bringing their boys up or training them to be the men that they needed instead of being the men that they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real problem that I see.
Yeah, really though, because a lot of women that treat their sons like their husbands, they're manipulating them.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
Never go out
Mm.
here
Mm.
and do
Boy,
what
you
they need to
boy,
do. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
my high right you
It's
are.
kind of weird.
Never.
It's really weird
It
Yup.
to
is
see that.
weird. It is weird,
I
especially
dealt
the
I dealt with that.
ones.
It
I
sickens
was
me, bro.
married to I was married to a mama's boy, and when I
Uh,
tell you, my ex mother-in-law thought she was his wife, and he grew up in a family where he had sisters. He was the only boy, and she was pretty much obsessed with his dad. So she put him on a pedestal. She gave all the other girls away and only kept him. So
wow.
and she would, I swear she would, I think she was more in competition with me than
Yeah.
any woman that he ever cheated with. She would go and introduce him to these women. She would drop him off to like it was
because
crazy.
because she knew that you were good and too
Yeah.
good for him, and
And
it's like,
you know what
oh,
she
I
said
gotta mess this up.
when she found out, like she didn't know that we got married. She found out later on. But she said,
Wow.
I never wanted him to grow up and have a wife and have children of his own because
Mm-hmm.
like she had a granddaughter that she raised and she was just like he's her dad, I'm the mom, and she's our baby. And I was like, but she's not. Like that's literally your granddaughter. That's literally
Yeah.
his
Yeah, that
niece.
sounds.
And it was like
Yeah. That's a
crazy. Like
little
even
West
to this day.
Virginia ish.
Right. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
and she just treated him like he was the best thing
Yeah.
ever. Like he never
Yeah.
built a relationship with like his nieces and nephews. Like we've been divorced for a long time. I'm still closer to his nieces and nephews than he ever was. Like I have a relationship with them.
Wow.
And he doesn't. And it was just the weirdest thing. But she was always in competition. with me, are always trying to come in between us, and it was weird. And you just never know the type of response or pushback that you're going to get, because I have two girls that were raised the same. One, she is going to match your energy because you his mama. She don't care. She don't get down in the trenches. She gonna be real disrespectful. The disrespect you give, she is going to return it. My baby girl. I'm not gonna be in competition with your mom. You and your mama can have it, and she gonna walk away.
Yes, he will. Yes, yes,
So
yes, he will. Boy,
Honestly,
boy.
I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but this is my opinion from what I see. Right? I think that a good 90%, or just the creation of most misogynists, they come from being mama's boys. They are taught to only love their mother and not
Facts.
really care or respect any other woman.
Never thought about
It's
it like that.
interesting because I thought about that within myself. I
Yeah.
was a mama's boy, and at a young age, I had a lack thereof of respect for women because I only feel like the only woman that I need to be worried about is my mom's. And it's like, nah, bruh, this is not cool. And me and my older brother discovered that through a conversation that we was having. Like, yo, dude, like, I don't think this is right how we going about this. Like, we're willing to protect mom at all costs, but we got sisters, we got cousins, it's weird to like leave them astray or let them just go about their business, not protect them, but only feel the need to protect our mother and stick and only have a respect towards our mother. I just think that's an interesting thing that's not also looked at as well.
Yep. And you
Mhm.
got situations out there where you got the woman who grooms the son from a very small child all the way until they become an adult to become successful just so they can take care of them.
Mm. Norman Bates.
Boy.
Norman Bates.
Woo, Chris, you ain't got no idea, boy. You don't know how right
Living the
you
dream
are.
guy.
Yeah, yeah. All right, next question, man. Who got it? I got it. If you want me to ask.
Do your thing, man.
Okay. All right, let's go back to them. Oh, Dice, you got a question, for me? I think it was your turn.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't
what you
know. It
got?
seems pretty like long.
Your homie looking like a sculpture right now, yo. You thinking?
Yeah,
It's no, it seems pretty. It seems like a long question. I don't know if I would ask it. It seems
yeah.
pretty long. I'm gonna try to see if I could cut this a little bit. All right. So the question that I really have is just okay. So I want to know like why anybody on the panel can answer, but I feel like Tiki has a really good answer for this. Why does it feel like our people like we indoctrinated like the Eurocentric way of thinking when it comes to loving and or intimacy, like to the point that it's poisoning us like so bad, but we still keep kind of going towards that? What do you think it would take for us to go back to what it is that we were? The reason why what I'm saying it for an example is so the argument online right now, if you're the idea of leading is considered to be money rather than being a provisionist as a man, right? Having a idea of how you're going to raise your family, following God, having a structured way of going about things rather than just chasing the money. And the women, rather than wanting to do everything, kind of can circumvent wherever they can. Like, all right, this is the area we need to be able to. I'm gonna tackle this. All right, this moves on. We elevate it to another area. Now I'm gonna move my position from doing that to doing this because we don't need that anymore. This is where it's needed. How do we get back to that?
That. But before you answer, what you're describing is what we had during Jim Crow. That's
Kind of weird.
exactly
I don't want to go there with it.
that's
But
exactly
yeah,
what you
technically,
are
in a sense.
describing.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
always say, if other black folks look at me crazy when I say this, we had our homes were better, our money was better, everything we did with our community was better during Jim Crow because we weren't allowed to be in these other areas, so we created our own. But no, I'm sorry, Tiki. Go ahead.
no, you're absolutely. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I was gonna say. You're
yeah,
absolutely correct. We got to get back to that. We got to
yes.
get back to making sure that we are okay. We got to get back to um, buying black, shopping black. We got to
Hmm.
take care of us as a culture and a people first. And I think it's people feel like they got to go out and spend all this money on all this name brand. You want to go give Gucci all your money. You want to do all this.
Mm.
You want to look a certain way, but deep
Mm-hmm.
down inside, you still feeling like shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mhm.
fully healed, you won't need nobody else's name on your clothes. You'd be okay with whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where we got, but probably again, you know where it came from when music changed and everybody
Yes.
started wearing all of the name. It's all of these subliminal messages that we're being force fed and that we have been force fed over the years. Like things changed when the music changed. The way music used to be, men and women looked at each other differently. I feel like men respected women on a different level back then when it was R&B. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 70s and 80s, you know, and then when we start bringing in hip hop and rap and Sexy Red and Cardi B with all these crazy messages that we are now feeding our children,
Mm-hmm.
they think that that is real life.
Yeah. Brown
Yeah,
booty holes
man.
and all kind of crazy shit.
Yes, it's
Exactly.
like insane. And
I
people
think
don't
it's
even
worse than
yeah, and
Hold on,
it's
hold
the
on.
people,
We
the
can't skip
people
over. We
that
can't
are
skip over Jay Z and them. Sorry, I'm sorry. We can't skip
oh
over Jay Z and them because that
oh
was
yeah, oh
you know
absolutely.
because they made it. They oh my gosh, the misogyny is ridiculous. But continue. I'm sorry.
But the things that these children are being allowed to listen to, like my kid, you can ask any of my kids what we listen to up until they were old enough to listen to. You got in my car, we listening to gospel. We ain't listening to none of that other crazy stuff. That's why you see my
Mm-hmm.
son right now. When he was with his dad, he listened to old school. That is why he is the way that he is right now. Like I didn't fill their head with all that type of poison in my house. Like there's I don't even watch TV.
I feel
You know,
you.
it's
I
Mm-hmm.
think
just
my parents that I've always been eclectic when it comes to music, and I
mm,
always had different music in my house, no matter what, and it was, you know, a lot of Spanish stuff, but also I I didn't start off with the hard rap or hip hop either. I grew up with Curtis Blow going on in the house and Slick Rick and all that stuff. So it's I feel like I evolved with the music too and stuff like that. But like, not all of us are that fortunate to live in that thing where you evolve with that, so you know what everything looks like, And we were talking about that earlier, that people are not seeing love in their house, so it changes their aspect of how things are, um, you know, in your eyes, how it's envisioned and stuff. So it's like, oh, I didn't see that. What the heck is this? I don't know how to handle that, type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, especially nowadays, like it's gotten worse with social media and all that stuff
Oh,
because
man.
it's involved with the Kim Kardashians and all
Influencers.
that stuff or whatever. Because now girls think they need to have all this body to have this person and person with six figures and all this stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, it's not a realistic aspect because you see these women because they're already famous and whatever, that they have all that doesn't mean that you have to have that same ambition and goals or whatever to be just like that person.
and
See,
You're
that's
an
they have
individual.
six figures themselves also. That's the difference. They have six figures themselves. And you're right, Jonathan. Some of the goals that I see that some of these women have, they are very unrealistic. Like you are asking men to come to the table with things that you can't even provide for yourself.
They want a chimera.
It's
Right. That's
yeah.
just insane to me. Like I'll tell anybody anything that I require, I can also provide. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like I'm not going to ask you to do anything for me that I can't do for myself, or anything that I can't do for you, because y'all know I'm big on reciprocity.
and I'm not pinpointing anybody. Good night. I'm not pinpointing anybody or whatever, but like there are certain women that do this, like they want somebody that could just take care of them, so that way they don't have to do anything. And it's
That's
like
what you call a
it's
bum, bro.
unrealistic. Yeah, yeah, and
Message.
it's
Well, no,
unrealistic.
not necessarily, Chris. This is also a thing too. There are children that grow up in
Facts.
a household where their mother has groomed them
Mm-hmm.
to be the prettiest, go out there and find you an athlete, have his baby, get out this. They grow up in that, so they are groomed.
No, I feel you. I feel you, but I think the mother was a bum too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I mean, they're bums, generation of
There
bums.
goes the unfiltered.
But you know what? Chris has a good point though. Like it sounds crazy, but he's correct.
Mind state. He means bum mind state.
Yes, yes.
there you go.
Yes.
Because
It's a little,
Use your words. Learn your acronyms.
Yeah.
Again, if you wanna go back to this, I don't need a man shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all might not agree with me, but I blame feminism and I blame welfare for that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, here's the thing. The whole feminism and feminine movement was not created by us.
No.
Our
No,
it
wasn't.
created.
You're
Wait,
right.
hold on. Yeah, but you got to know the knowledge on it and why it is the way it is.
No, I do know.
Okay. As long as you know.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like your
Look.
answer is there in the history of
Yeah,
feminism.
I know.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
they brought our women in. You know what I'm saying? Because they were the ones that was really, you know what I'm saying, suppressed by their men. You know what I'm saying? So they used our women to help their asses. You know what I'm saying? To help them.
And it lightweight backfired on us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's one of them situations where they just took what we did so great. They turned it into this idea of a threat, which was Black Panther Party, because that was the first time that anybody in the world seen women operate like that. They were talking on their own. They knew exactly what to do. They ran programs. They was in important spots and important places. And like you said, Chris, the WIC program invented again by the Black Panthers. They took both of those particular things and decided to want to infiltrate it. And this is exactly what you just said happened.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
Like they did most of the stuff.
I like that.
So do you?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh well, this is for Tiki. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I don't mean to answer, but yes. But
Do I feel like men and women have roles? I think it was more role specific back then. You know what I'm saying? And everybody did their part. A lot of time, like I had two different sets of grandparents, right? So my mom's mom went to work like every day. Her husband was an alcoholic, so he didn't do much. I never met my dad's dad, but I watched my grandmother get up and work and do everything by herself for 30 years. My great grandfather worked for FPL and he was the breadwinner. So my great grandma never had to do anything. She was a homemaker. She sat at home and baked cakes and cooked and took care of everybody. But then the economy was different back then. So now it's taken both. If you're in a partnership or marriage or whatever, now both of us got to work two jobs to make ends meet, but we're still trying to some of us are still trying to be a traditional woman and make sure that things are taken care of. Because I know I worked 16 hours a day when I was married, and my ex-husband didn't do anything but go to school from 10 to 2. Right. So he's in school from 10 to 2. I'm working 16 hours a day, but I'm also dropping the kids off at school. I'm also leaving work to go take them to doctor's appointments. I'm also making sure he got breakfast, lunch, and dinner and bath water ran. And like, I was not taking care of me. I was neglecting me. But you know what? That was learned behavior. It is what I saw my mother do. It is what I saw my grandmother do. So that's what I thought being a wife and a mother and a woman was, because that is what I was taught.
See, that's why I always, as a spouse and stuff, I always try to be like, hey, like, what do you need help with? When I'm at home, like, what do you need help with? Do you need this? Do you need that? Or whatever. Like that open communication or whatever. If she tells me to go and sit down or whatever, like, and I see her doing stuff or finishing up laundry or whatever, I'm sitting there, okay, I could sit here and help you fold up this laundry or whatever, you know, like I've always me particularly, I've always been that type of person. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help you out or whatever, so that way we could both sit down and relax. Because like it's, there are times where I'm just like, okay, I'm tired, I can't do nothing or whatever. But like majority of the time, I'm just like, yo, like, okay, what do you need help with or whatever? I can get our daughter, ready for bed or whatever while you go and do this and stuff like that. Um, it's just that open communication and just being able to be like, hey, like, what do you need, what do you need help with or whatever, and stuff like that. That's why Father's Day was always easy for me. I used to tell him, just leave me alone, let me play my video games and leave me alone. make,
Ain't nothing wrong with that,
make me a
man.
nice dinner or whatever for Father's Day or whatever. If you want to get me a gift, cool or whatever, but my ultimate gift is just leave me alone, let me play my
Peace
video
and
games
quiet.
I have a day to myself.
Now, I'm gonna say this too. I can appreciate our grandparents' roles back in the day, because if y'all remember, well, if you remember how your grandfather went to work, your grandmother stayed at home. Now she was doing a lot, cleaning, taking care of the kids, and everything like that. And at the same time, when he got off work, when he got paid, he gave his whole check to her.
Mm-hmm.
The one that, made sure everything got paid and then put what was left away. So if you can get back to that, which that'll probably never happen again, but I think that'd be successful. That'd be a successful relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Everything comes fully around.
Yeah.
Remember that.
I think things change with time. Like Tiki said, the economy is different now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Back then, a lot easier. Like I said, that Jim Crow era, even though it was bad for black folk, it was like a blessing at the same time.
Yeah, because the majority of black people didn't even have bank accounts. So.
Exactly. So, our grandfathers, great grandfathers, like you said, they went to work, they worked hard, their wives didn't have to do anything, come home, hand over the check, pay whatever bills need to be paid, whatever you need to buy for yourself, go ahead and get it. All they required was a dinner, you know what I'm saying? A little piece of quiet, maybe a beer, and to be able to love on their wife. That's it.
So
Now,
we never answered Corey's question. She said, do men and women have roles? And I want to add on to that and say, like, is it gender specific, right? Because for me, and I appreciate Jonathan saying, like, he always asks, what is it that I can do or I can help out with? But this is my issue with that. Because if you live in a household with me, if we have children or if we don't have children, right? If I'm working, you're working, like, I don't need you to come and ask me, what is it that you need me to do? If there's dishes in there, take the initiative and do the dishes. If the kids need a bath, take the initiative and give the kids a bath. Like, I don't always want, because it like, for me, like, any man that I've ever dated, like, I've always told him, you never had to come to me to ask me for anything, because I know you, I know your needs, I just do it. You never have to come to me and ask me for anything. It's done. But if you pay attention to your partner and if you communicate these things and you know your spouse, those questions won't even, those things wouldn't even be a question. Like, I would appreciate a man so much more if he just came in there and not say, hey, what you need me to do? Just going, if he just went in there and just washed the dishes.
No.
What?
But sometimes, we do need to ask, because we might not know. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the circumstance. Like, if we come home from work, like, our minds are still outside of the house. Like, we need to kind of chill. But if we see that you need help and you scrambling, we're gonna be like, all right, hey baby, what you got on your list? What you need help with? You know what I'm saying?
Also,
I might be wrong. I don't
particularly, I've dealt with a couple females that like to have things certainly done a certain way, and they feel like you don't do it the particular way that they like to do it.
Bro,
Can we?
And I'm like,
can we ask her to teach us her way? That way it's done her way. There's things that y'all want done a particular way, right? Y'all have requests too, right? And y'all expect us to do things that y'all, but And that's the thing. Like we have to teach each other. And I understand, Bishop, when you said like you coming home from work, but a lot of times so are we.
Yeah.
Like we as women, a lot of times we don't get downtime. That's why I think when people are like, when men get so upset about, they ask the question like at the end of the day, like, what do you want to eat? And they get mad because we don't know. It's not that we don't know. It is that we have made so many decisions throughout the day. Who did this at work? What kid needs to be here? What we're gonna eat for lunch? What am I cooking for dinner? What does my man need from me? Like by the time you ask us that question,
Yeah.
our brains are fried. So
I dig
I
it.
tell my male friends, like, don't even ask that question. Ask a question like, hey, I was thinking tacos or Chinese. Which would you prefer? Or just, something like that. Like,
I'm gonna
tell
tell
us
you,
what we're gonna
man.
do.
I've been in that situation. Like they'll sit there, you know what I'm saying? Yo, blah 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 blah. You always asking me what we gonna eat. Why don't you pick for once? I'm like, okay, so let's get. No, I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been there. I've been in that situation. Like, all right, cool.
So then ask,
let's do
what do
this.
you not want to eat?
Oh yeah, gonna do that.
I've done that. And she'll be like, I don't know. I'm like, all right.
Like,
Been
yo,
there too.
Yeah.
So then Bishop said, guess what?
Yeah.
We're gonna eat at your favorite restaurant tonight.
Yeah.
And can you guess where it is? And whatever she says, that's exactly where y'all going. Because she's gonna tell you what her favorite place is or what she wants.
Yeah.
Without even thinking about it.
Life hack.
Yeah, that's definitely a life hack. Yeah. Yeah. But man,
bologna and chicken sandwich and call it a day. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you want to eat? We're
Did
going
he say
to
bologna?
cheese at the house. And
Yeah,
you gonna put ketchup on it.
What I was gonna say is, I think a good thing to do in forms of communication, and what I've tried is either sticky notes, because I do, like I've been there where I've asked, and all I get is more and more of annoyance each time I ask, because and then when we have a conversation is, hey, listen, I don't think you should be asking me. I think you should know by now, and if you don't know by now, there's another way of, even if you get it wrong, I'd rather you try and get it wrong than to come and ask me. From that point on, I stopped asking. So I would either, hey, put a sticky note, put a color sticky note on whatever it is that you need done. If that works, that works. There's another thing that we do is, there's a book me and the wife got. So she writes down what's the necessities or what she wants from me, and there's a book on my behalf where I write down what I want from her. She reads it on her time, fill it out on her time. I read it on my time, fill it out on my time, and that helps out majorly. The other thing is, there is roles. I just think that the way how men should move now, you shouldn't feel solid in one area. It should be a yin and yang. If she's the breadwinner, don't feel the need to take lead in that area. But again, provision. If you know she's working, make sure to take care of the other things that doesn't consist of her having to concern yourself, washing clothes, going grocery shopping, all of the things that can just help. Now, to you, it may not seem masculine, but it doesn't take away from the fact that within the home, you're still masculine. You understand what I'm saying? By showing, not by asking, but kind of just doing it. You know,
Yeah,
when
I
you
don't
have a
I don't think that.
conversation,
Yeah, I don't think that
be in
takes away
control
from
of the
masculinity.
Right.
I wash clothes. I do dishes.
some men may feel that
You know what
way.
I'm saying?
That's the only reason why I said that. Some men may feel that way,
Yeah.
just to kind of
But
cover
what
the
would make
ground
them-
of that.
Some women feel that way too, though.
like what would make you feel that way as a man?
Not me, but
No, I'm
there's
saying
a-
what
I
would make
see
a man feel that way?
Well, because they probably don't know how to do it, and they deem it as a job that's considered to be for a woman. But at the same time, you got to know how to do it if you live by yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why for me, it's just
Thank you. What were you doing before you met your wife?
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
because that's one of the
You was
things.
washing your drawers.
Right.
You was washing your dirty dishes.
Right.
You feel me? Like, come on, man. If it's if it's feminine with a woman, what does it mean when you don't have a woman?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one of the things
feel
that
me?
always made sure that my boys could cook, clean, all of that kind of stuff there.
exactly.
Because
I can do
I
all
know
that.
some women that when they get mad, they ain't gonna cook for you. My boys
That's
cook
exactly
better
what I
than
said.
their spouses, right?
Yeah.
My brothers, like I have one brother that cooks like amazing. You know what I'm saying? he's great. I don't, and he probably cooked all his meals when he was married or in a relationship, but he's an amazing cook. But I don't know.
I mean,
I just think that we just need to make sure we get back to teaching our men that that's something that you should be able to do. But then it's not just
Yes.
men that don't know how to do that. When my daughter went off to college, like there was so many girls that couldn't cook, that never did laundry, and I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Hungry and dirty.
Ramen noodles is their best friend.
Yeah,
I mean,
not a
look,
good thing.
Sodium's out the roof.
let me
Yeah.
say this.
Yeah, these
If
to
you're-
me
if you're-
these are basic. These are prerequisites to being a grown up. Like you
Yeah,
have
I
to,
mean,
you know,
in general.
man or woman, you got to know all these things. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I think for this new generation? You know what they need to bring back the what they used to call the economics class?
Home
Of,
ec.
yeah,
Home
home
ec-
ec of
Home
like
ec.
how to make your food, how to do
So,
how to sew things, how to do stuff like, and that not just for women, for men too or whatever. How to do a job interview, how to
yeah.
dress, how to fill out your checkbook, how to
Yes.
check your credit, how to do all that stuff. That should be a part of the curriculum in
Mhm,
high school, because not
mhm.
every kid is
Should
going to
be.
want to go to college.
Right.
You know, they're gonna, there's some kids that are gonna go straight into the workforce and don't know nothing.
Right.
And that's why I always taught my daughter, like, oh, you going for a job interview? Okay, what do you have? Some slacks? Do you have a nice blouse that's not going to show your chest or whatever? Make sure that all that's looking nice and ironed and all that stuff. Make sure that you put your hair back, put little stud earrings, the least amount of makeup that you can wear or whatever. I bet you'll get picked before anybody else in there.
Mhm. And
And it's
that's one
like,
of the things that we as women need to also get back to doing, because that's another thing that I noticed. I know so many people that have programs and mentoring programs to help, like there's this is men and women, right? But then like if I know females that have a mentoring program and they want to pour into other outside females, but then you have your own daughters right there in your own
Oh.
space that you're not doing that same thing with. And two, same thing with guys. My ex-husband used to always say, oh, I want to start a mentorship program, I want to help these boys, but you have two right here in the household that you do nothing for. Like I taught them how to tie a tie. Like, it's like it got to start within your own circle. You know what I'm saying? So if we start teaching it's just like they say, if you teach a man to fish, we got to get back to that. We just letting these kids, we're not teaching them nothing. We're expecting the schools to teach them, and what we don't teach them, life is going to teach them. They're going to learn the wrong
The
things
hard
from the
way.
wrong
Yeah.
people. You know what I'm
all
saying?
these kids
Like
are
if
saying that they want to be TikTok famous
oh my
and
god.
and play Fortnite all damn day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because that's
yeah,
what their friends are doing, right? But
Mhm.
do we have time to play Fortnite all the time if your dad is spending one-on-one time with you? Do you have time to be out there twerking and carrying on if your mom is spending one-on-one time and pouring into you?
Exactly.
Because we got to make sure
Exactly.
you're doing all those things. Like my kids didn't have time to get in trouble. They was busy. I
Exactly.
kept them busy to keep them out the streets.
Exactly.
yep.
Well, I guess we can wrap this up, man. Yo, this has been a dope episode. I don't know where Dice went, but he's going. Appreciate you coming through, Tiki. If you guys do not know, Tiki is definitely one of the owners of this podcast. A lot of people don't know what she is, so we appreciate you.
That's why we call her the Oracle.
Let me say this. I don't care what nobody say. Behind every successful man, there's a strong or small woman, whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, your auntie, your sister, your mother, or your grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always that feminine power behind you as a man to become successful. And Tiki is our power. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
guys.
Yes, sir. So I'm your boy Bishop.
It's your boy CB.
Yes, sir.
BX Punisher.
And Dice is gone.
He's
But
the oracle.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you see it in your heart to hit that code over
You
there.
watch it and you like us and you ain't subscribed, you're bullshitting.
Here we go, Chris.
Like and share.
Chris don't have no finesse. You know what I'm saying?
Please, guys, like
up.
and
You bullshitting.
share the live. Like and share the live. We appreciate you. We also got a lot of other things on our Culture Junkies
Yes.
YouTube. We also have the Retro 4 coming this Friday at 8.
Yep.
So you definitely want to tune in for that.
Sir. So
And now we also, as women, I speak for the women, we would like to run this back with the women being able to in these questions.
Yeah, we got to get that one built. Yeah, these two jokers right here was a little nervous with the conversation that we had about it. I'm open. You asked me
you talking about
you know what I'm saying?
no,
you and Jonathan.
You mean me?
Yeah.
You said nervous.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing nervous about it.
Man, I don't know, man. I can't share everything.
Another question people ask is
Yeah.
because since we're going to do this once a month, people are like, well, what day of the month is it going to be so they can be ready and they can know?
That's it. That is a good question.
Maybe we should stick to this, like maybe every third week.
This is so. This technically,
end of the month?
This is the third Tuesday in the month. Yeah. So I mean, we could do it like that. You guys want to do it every third Tuesday?
Yeah.
9 o'clock. Y'all go with that? You go with that, Tiki?
We'll make it
All
work.
right. Well, boom. Every third Tuesday, every month, 9 o'clock. Yeah. There you go.
So just in case if Tiki got to make a move, or if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Good point.
You know what I mean?
Good point. Yeah. And then also, man, we definitely gotta Dice. What we were talking about before you came back on was flipping it. So we have ladies come on and ask us questions.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes. So we gotta get that one figured out. That's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah, that'll be
Yeah. Let us build on that. Let's put that together, and I will definitely let you know.
Ladies, send me your questions in advance.
Yo, if they want to come on, I will have them on the stage.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have them in the studio, and then we can just bring on one lady at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Like a hotline.
You can't be scared.
We should have been did that.
Yeah. You can't be scared though. Like, don't be afraid. Come on. Ask your question.
We're very friendly people, and we try.
Well, except for Chris.
For Chris,
be careful. Because I will be honest.
We're very friendly people, and we will answer your questions.
Yeah,
honestly. I'm like Bishop of the group. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now I think it'll be good because it's about
how you like the person that's already here, Chris.
No, I'm talking about from the movie Juice.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of picked up on
But I agree, because if our goal is to bridge the gap, we need to have these healthy conversations.
Yes. Heck yeah. Because it's a lot of times we give these ladies answers to their questions, but it's never good enough. You're not telling me the truth, or you know what I'm saying? That's not the whole truth. You mean this and you mean that. It's like,
hey, we can't stay stuck in the past, brother.
Yeah.
Can't stay stuck in the past, brother. It's this new leaf, you know?
Yeah.
This is
no.
building.
Oh no. I'm not making any references to anything or anybody. I'm just saying in general, this happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we as women are gonna come with an open mind, and we're gonna listen, because I've seen some situations where men ask questions and the women are like, no, that's not what it is. We don't know what you as men are thinking, because we think differently. So if I come to you and I say, hey, I ask a question, whatever you say, I'm going by that, because I'm not a man. I don't know how a man thinks. So I gotta trust that you're telling me the truth.
Yes, we do.
Yes. But we always get that ain't what you saying, or that's not what you
They don't want to
We get that a lot. That be killing me. I'm like, yo, well, what do you want me to say? If you already know the answer, why are you asking me?
They don't
feel
want
me?
to hear the truth because
Yeah.
somewhere in their mind is already made up. So if you're not telling them what they want to hear,
Yeah.
already shutting you out.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I mean?
that part of the communication is pointless if you already have a predetermined answer that you want me to answer or you want me to say, but I don't say it. You know what I'm saying? So now, like the communication was off before you even open your mouth.
Yeah, that's somebody that does not want to learn.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
want
Listen to understand.
they're listening to respond and not listening to understand. That's one of those.
It's like a gunslinger mentality of like they're already ready to like shoot it out and
Yeah.
whatever before you even finish what you're even saying or even comprehend what you're gonna say.
Exactly.
Trauma responses.
Mm.
Those are trauma responses, and you gotta know how to pick up on those type things.
Yeah. Well. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Next Wednesday at 9:00, we're bringing back Miss Niecy Anderson, grandmother of Tyler Smith, who was involved in a I don't know what to call it, murder.
That's exactly.
I don't want to say an accident. Like I want to
But
put
it was-
respect on what
Can't say
happened.
accident and murder.
Yeah,
Mm.
you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's coming back. We had her on 2 weeks ago, I think. We had a lot of technical difficulties, but she's coming back on. We're gonna talk. We have a good conversation. A lot of good things have happened for her in this case. You know, trying to figure out what happened to her grandson. So Wednesday, 9:00. We're taking a break for Tuesday because she can't come until Wednesday. So Wednesday, 9:00. Y'all come back, come check us out, and get in on this conversation and learn some stuff. But I'm your boy Bishop again. Yep.
Boy, CB.
Guys, Cannon.
BX Punisher.
And until next time, I'm Tiki, and that's my take.
Yes, sir. Peace.
It's a man's philosophy, digging our psychology. Bishop and Dice with CB, we are prodigies. My brothers follow me as we rise solemnly, breaking down barriers, becoming an anomaly. We speaking differently, balancing the synergy. You think you know us? Nah, it's only the beginning, G. Keep it real for the fellas seeking logic. We'll teach you how to